Hi everyone, my name is Urmi. Before I begin, I want to ask you all a question. Who here checked their email or the weather today? Well, both of those use AI. In fact, AI is all around us. The project I contributed to at the Institute focused specifically on the role of AI in a non-communicable disease prevention policy context. Before I dive into it, I just want to take a minute to thank my supervisor, Dr. Penny, as well as Dr. Asbury for the opportunity, and the DIGHR Institute and the symposium coordinators for a chance to share this presentation with you all today. Non-communicable diseases make up 74% of all deaths, making this a very important global health issue. One way to address this is through population health policy, which aims to target an entire population to reduce NCD incidence. Population health policy can be challenging to develop, and this is especially true for NCDs because of their complex etiology. Artificial intelligence, or AI, which is a set of rapidly growing methods that can interpret data and learn from its interpretations, may help support the development of NCD prevention policy that is better able to respond to a complex context. So within this project, we sought to determine two major things. First, how is AI being used to support policy? And second, do authors consider ethics and equity when using AI in this context? My specific role was to contribute to a systematic scoping review, including to assist with drafting a protocol and screening and analyzing data. Well, what did we find? Three major things. First, we found that AI tools are primarily used in high-income countries, which may result in further disparities in the health outcomes between those living in high and lower middle-income countries. Second, we found that AI is largely used as a tool to inform the policymaking process, for example, by helping to map the distribution of disease, but it is less frequently embedded within the policymaking process itself. And finally, we found a relative lack of ethics and equity considerations. In particular, none of the studies we looked at demonstrated commitment to data ownership and sovereignty of participants or communities. Though I learned a lot from this process, one key takeaway for me is that the research process is highly iterative. One example I remember is revising our data charting form to be better suited to the data. So the major significance of this work is that it can support both researchers and policymakers in applying these methods. But there's still significant work to be done. For example, how much value does AI actually add in this context? And can we develop guidelines for the use of ethics and equity in this area? For me personally, I've learned that I'm very interested in this area, and I hope to continue this work and to continue learning about the research process. Thank you very much for listening to my presentation. And again, I just want to thank Dr. Penny, my supervisor, the research team, and the Institute for the opportunity.